Okay, good morning everyone. So now let's start to do the modeling part. And for this tutorial, I will try to finish the most complicated part about the head part. So how can we do with the single polygon modeling to finish this such a complicated thing? Actually, it's not that hard at all. First things, I will create a mesh cube. Usually, I will start with, no matter what kind of complicated models, I will use in the mesh cube and start to do the retypology and make the model looks like the result, the target we want. Okay, so let's go to the side view and I will move the cube probably a little bit back from the head. So now let's go to the front view. And if you want, you can turn on your shortcut view R so that you will see your operations. Okay, so let's start it. The first thing is I will go to the, let's say, probably go to the solid mode and also turn on the wireframe so that you can see your wireframes, the typology of your model. It doesn't have to be completely the same. Actually, if you didn't completely follow the typology of your reference, well, it's almost impossible to be exactly the same. But more or less, I think all the features we have to make inside our new model, and also it has to look like a skulls, just like the reference model. Alright, so let's start it. Let's go press tab key, go to the edit mode, choosing the edge, Ctrl R for cutting this one into half. And you can press ESC to leave your cutting edge in the center. And let's go to wireframe mode and choosing the face, delete the other side, and choosing delete faces. Okay, and now let's go to modifier, create a mirror modifier. So now no matter what kind of things we did right here, it will automatically reflect to the other side. And now let's start to do the typologies. So first things, go to the edit mode again, and usually I will cut them. Well, I think this part we need to cut, and also for the vertical way, I need to create more segment. So probably like 4 or 5 will be quite enough. So I will use in 5. Okay, and now let's go to a side view. Also for a side view, we need more. So probably like 3. I think it will be quite enough. So which means in the front view, it has totally 4. And for the vertical part, it has 5. And for the side view, it has, well, around 3 segments. Okay, just like this, let's take a look. So now, once you finish the basic geometry, we can start to do the typologies. So first things, let's go to the side view. Well, since this is a head, so probably we can try to, let's assume the neck will be right here, so we can try to change a little bit. Just like this. And for this part, well, you can draw a neck, make this one more like a face. Probably just like this. Just manually, all the things right here, they are just manually work, so there's nothing special. Let's go to the top view. So for sure, since this is a head, uh, this part is supposed to be more like a circular shape. So let's try to do that, just like this. Alright, okay, let's go to the front view. For now, it's too wide, so it doesn't look right. So let's try to do a little bit reshaping for our model. And for the side, I think we need to choose the vertex right here, including all the things here, and move them inside. Okay, just like this. And if you don't think, well, I prefer to using the shady mode, so you can go to shady mode to take a look. So let's using the face, choosing the face right here. Probably this part supposed to be more inside. Just make this one looks like a skull. Go to the front view. Okay, just like this. So you can change a little bit about the vertex. Okay, so this is the basic shape. So now let's do the neck part. Let's just extrude them. But there is a problem. When you're going to do the neck part, if you just directly choosing the face for extruding, let's choosing the face right here and choosing easy for extrude. Well, actually there will be some problem. As far as I can see, it will create a face right here. So in order to do that, I will go to the object mode, apply the mirror first, and then go to the face mode, side view, and choosing easy for extrusions. Okay, and for sure it was a little bended, so you can choose to do some rotation on the face, R, X, and easy for extrusion again. Alright, just like this. For the detail, we can do that later, but I will keep like this. And let's go to the front view again and choosing the edit mode, choosing the face, go to the wireframe. Make sure you are under the wireframe so that you can select the big faces. Delete, choosing the face, delete, and again using mirror modifier. Okay, so now let's try to do the detail sculpting. So let's go to edit mode, choosing the vertex. Alright, just like this. And if you think, well, this part is too sharp, actually we can try to press Ctrl R to create one more segment. But don't create too many segments, otherwise when you are going to do the detail controlling, it will be really hard for you to do that. Okay, so now we have the basic one. Probably a little bit too wide, so let's try to narrow down just like this. Try to scale down your head. Alright, so let's go to the solid mode. Don't forget to save your file, otherwise you will lose all the data you have. So now let's start to do the eyes and also the mouth. I think the mouth and eye probably is the most important part of your model. So how can we do that? And if you remember, just like what we said before, the eye is supposed to be a ring edge, just like here. Okay, let's go to the object mode and let's draw a reference for you. It's supposed to be a ring, right? But how can we change this to here? Actually, it's very easy. So let's go to edit mode. Because this model is not like the real head model, just like the reference image we have right here. It's not like this. Because for this one, let's turn off the text. For this one, all the edge right here, this is about eye, and also the mouth has to connect to the nose. But for this, for our zombie, if you take a look, this part actually is what's separated. So it's way more simple compared to the face, compared to the real face modeling. Okay, so let's try to do that. So first thing is I will choosing the face right here. Okay, choosing the face right here. And you can enlarge a little bit because this one is supposed to be bigger. And then press ES for scaling down. And ES for scaling down again. And then you can press EY for scaling inside because we need to create an eye hole for putting our eye. And EY again to create an eye holes. So basically now we have the eye, but it still doesn't have enough edge. So we can create more. So first thing is I will create Ctrl R to cut in the middle. That's the first thing. And also right here, Ctrl R for cutting in the middle. And then go to the vertex mode, select that vertex. The base part of well, I would say it's not a good sign, but sometimes because for Blender, you cannot select the big vertex in the solid mode, in the shading mode. So that's a good thing because for now we don't want to select the back face vertex. So we can just directly choosing the vertex right here and then start to do the sculpting. Well, let's do that. Again, it's just about manually work. So just follow your own intuitions and also follow your own eyes to make the shape looks like the result we want. Okay, this is the eyeballs. Okay, so now we have the eye holes. And then next part about the mouse. How can we do the mouse? Again, that's the same thing. Go to the face selection mode, choosing the face right here. And if you think there are too large faces, you can increase more. So let's Control R, column in the middle. Again, Control R, column in the middle, and choosing the face right here. Okay, but again, that's another thing because if you just directly extrude right here, it will create a middle face in the center. So I will go to the object mode, temporarily apply the mirror, and then choosing the face right here, and choosing E, Y for extrusions. And for now, I will not directly extrude in the Y direction. I will scale it down a little bit. Let's do that again. E, S for scaling down, and then E, Y for extrusions. And we need to create a stroke in the center of your model, of your head. So let's go to wireframe mode, and we can change a little bit. And press E again. Press S key for scaling up. E again for scaling up. And finally, E again, scaling down. And it's supposed to rotate a little bit, so let's RX rotations a little bit and press E again. And this one is supposed to go to your neck, so we need to change a little bit, just like follow our reference image. So let's go to the vertex mode and choosing the vertex right here and changing the typologies. If you want to be very precise and follow the real human anatomy, you can go to take a look or do some online research and find some reference and to see what the real throat looks like. But for now, because this one is more like a cartoon style character, so I will just using this way to do the modeling. Okay, so I will extrude this one. Unlike our reference model, I will just directly extrude this one and make this one go to your neck. And you can just delete the face right here because we don't need that part. Alright, so it looks okay, but I will just adjust a little bit. Make this one more fit to our neck. Otherwise, sometimes probably it will go through the outer surface, and then it will create some error when we are going to do rigging or when we are going to do the modeling, do the animations. Make this one smaller. Alright, fairly okay, but probably also this part. I will go to the front view and choosing the face, choosing other side faces, and choosing delete faces. Okay, so now before I apply the mirror, I will go to the solid mode. I think this part is too close to the outer surface, so I will go to the edit mode, choosing the vertex, and make this one smaller, just like this. Okay, so this is the inner part about your throat. Okay, so now let's go to the front view and choosing the mirror. So now we have the basic geometries. So next part, we still need to do some retypology stuff and also do some adjustments. So let's go to the edit mode, choosing the vertex right here, and make this one more fit to our reference. So probably this part is too large. So let's scale, move this one more close to the center and scaling down of this part. And also for the edge right here, we can enlarge a little bit. Press S key. Don't select the wrong part. S key for scaling up. Alright, so now we have the basic shape, and also for here I want to do the same thing. Move this one down and move this one up. Okay, also here. Alright, more or less. So now I think probably for this part is quite finished. Okay, there's something wrong here because we didn't notice that. It's okay. Let's just move this one to the center. And you can turn on your step control, or that's choosing the vertex or edge. For this time I want to use an edge. So now snap your center point back to the center. Okay, so it's pretty much finished about the basic geometries. So for this part I will do another change. Probably make this one more naturist. And for the upper part as well. Probably this part is too sharp. Let's go to the side view and let's take a look. Okay, so now let's finish the nose. For the nose, very easy. Just choosing the face right here and press E and S for extrusions. And by this part, the shape was a little bit weird. Probably it was affected by the side, and also because we turn on the proportion editing. That's things I don't want to use. So turn off this one. Press E and S again, and move these two nose hole in the center, and press E and Y, extrude the nose hole to the Y directions. So now we have the basic geometries. Okay, so once we finish this basic geometry, now it's time to redo the typologies. As far as you can see here, we have a ring. So in order to make this one more naturist, we need to change the typology. Not only about these two edge, we only have two, but we need more. So we need to make these two things, make this one become a ring edge as well. So how can we do that? We need to use the knife tool to retypo your geometries. Let's go to the edit mode first and do some simple adjustment, just like here. And actually, if you want, we can try to use in bevel as well. Okay, let's do that later. So first thing is, let's choosing the ring edge, choosing Shift and Auto key, and you can do the ring selection and make this one extrusion. Okay, just like this. And you can use Ctrl B for beveling and move this one back. And for this edge, I will enlarge them. Right? But for now, it was a little bit too much. I think this part, as far as you can see, this one is a little bit too much. So let's fix that. Okay, choose them, move them to the side. And also we need to change the geometry of the nose holes. So let's go to the vertex selection mode and change the shape right here. And probably these two we don't need to be that inside. So let's move them out. More flattens, just like this. Move them down. And for these two as well. Make sure you have selected all the vertex. Go to the wireframe mode. Okay, right here. So select all the vertex, move them down. Solid mode. Okay, so now we have this one. Let's change a little bit about this part. Just like this. And also for the mouse, we need to do the same trick. Change the typologies. So right now we don't have lips, but actually I think we need to create a ring edge just like lips for our mouths. So let's do the ring selections and make them going out. And here let's do the same things, make them going out. And also here I think we need to enlarge them a little bit. So move them out, and for this part as well. Just select the edge right here and Ctrl B for bevel and create one more segment. Okay, just like this. Go to the side view, choosing the vertex. Now let's take a look. Okay, so basically, well, it has the basic geometries, but not a finished one. So let's change a little bit, just follow our reference image. Okay, so more or less, I think right now, it looks like, well, it has probably 60% looks like our reference model. Alright, so let's go to the front view. And now, don't forget to save your file. For now, if you think, well, it looks okay, oh, I will shrink our neck. Go to the front view, shrink your neck. Okay, if you think it's okay, actually for now you can try to apply one more modifier, the subdivision modifier. Let's press Ctrl 1 and create a subdivision modifier. So now it looks more like, since it has you apply the subdivisions and increase more invisible faces, so now it will look more smooth. So now we can use in this way to do the typologies. Okay, so for now we already have two rings, but let's take a look, go to the side view. If you take a look, actually this part is supposed to be a ring as well. So we need to connect this one to here. Let's draw a line. We need to connect this one to here, make them become a ring, connect to this side. So that's the things I'm going to do. And how can we do that? Actually pretty simple. Let's go to edit mode, choosing the vertex. I will connect these two together, choosing merge and center. So now this part becomes continuous. And also right here, we need to do the same things. Let's choose in the vertex, and if you want, you can just turn on this one, and all the vertex will snap to the surface of your model. And go to Mesh, Merge, and Center. So now we have a new edge right here, right? So that's the way we did about if you want to create the ring selections. And for this one, we can do the same trick. Just merge them together, Mesh, Merge, and Center. And now for this part, let's take a look. Okay, so it's supposed to connect to here. Let's choosing these two, Mesh, Merge, and Center. And for this one, let's just connect them together. Connect these three together. Mesh, Merge, and Center. So now, as far as you can see, we have one more edge right here. Okay? So that's the things. And also for here, you can do the same things. I think for the mouse, we can do the same thing. Right here, we can connect these two. So let's try to connect this one. So how can we do that? Go to edit mode, choosing the edge right here. Okay. For this one, well, it's supposed to be continuous. So the things we need to do. Let's take a look here, and yeah, we need to connect these two together. So let's go to Mesh, Merge, and Center. Alright, so now this part becomes an edge. And for this one as well, we can just go to here and merge them together. Mesh, merge, and center. So now this part becomes a new edge. But right here it looks a little bit weird because there is a floating point. Let's turn off our subdivision modifier first. And for this part, well, this part is not a continuous point. So let's use in the knife tool. And you can turn on the smack tool and choose in vertex so that it will snap your cutting to the edge. So let's just choose this, press enter, and create one more cut. And just like what we said before, it's better to keep your all the face into polygons, into four side polygons, not a triangle one. So here we have a triangle one. That's the problem. But if you are not going to move this part, well, actually it's also okay. But because this part, well, we may move this part. So I will just merge them together. I will merge these two together and keep the triangle face in the bottom so that it will not move any, so that we can ignore that part. Alright, so let's go to the front view and let's go to the turn on the white subdivision, and we don't need the face right here. So let's go to face selection mode, choosing the bottom face, delete to the face. Okay, so now we have the basic geometries. Let's start to do the detail adjustment. So first things, let's do choosing the go to the front view. I will move this one more close to my model. So let's go to here. Usually when I finish my model, I will create a handle, overall handle. Not the root bone, but the overall handle to control all the things. So it will be easier for us to control your model. Okay, so now let's take a look. For now, my model looks more like a monk, the painter monk pendant. So I need to change that, make this one more like this one. So let's go to edit mode and do some adjustment about your modeling. And choosing the eyes. And for the nose hole, I think we need to move them to the side. And if you want, you can rotate a little bit and enlarge them a little bit. Also, if you think there is not enough segment right here, well, we can choose in the edge. Control B for bevel. Okay, and choosing the face. Just like this. Okay, so now for the eyes, I think this part is supposed to be bigger because this is a ring selections. So let's move this one inside. And for this part, let's press the S key for enlarge. Move them up. And also for here, let's the same things. Press S key, move them up. And also move them out. Okay, so more or less looks like our model. And for this part, if you take a look about this part, actually it was flattened. So we need to do this. We need to do the same things. So let's try to make this one more flattened. And if you want, we can just press SY0 to flatten this area. Okay, so now I think this part is fine. So let's start to do the detail about the mouse. The mouse is more, I would say, it takes more time to finish because this part probably including the lips. So let's try to do the lips first. So let's choose in the H right here, press S key for scale up. And sometimes it will create this kind of problem. It will intersect. So it's better for you not to select the middle one. Just enlarge the side of your model. And that's choosing the face right here. And if you think, well, we don't have enough face right here, let's just Ctrl R to increase one more. Okay. For the rest of the part is more about manually control. So just try to make your model more fit to our reference target. Okay, just like this. And for the shape here, we can change a little bit as well. Okay, I think for now it looks fine. And for here, I can try to refine the typology, because as far as I can see right now, right here, it was disconnected right this side. So it doesn't look that good. But for this part, I think it's fairly okay. All the things right here, they are continuously. Alright. Let's finish let's try to do another thing. First thing, I will leave the hair just like this, and let's start to do the eyes, because once we put the eyes inside, I think it will look more close to the final result. And right here, there's another thing, because when we are scale up, probably suddenly choosing the middle part. So let's fix this part, choosing the edge, and move the lamp back to the center. And let's choose Shade Smooth. Smooth this one. Alright, so for now, well, looks fairly okay, but not detailed enough. So let's keep moving. Let's choose in the face right here, and I'm going to move the cursor to select it, and choose the A to create the eyeballs. I will use a UV sphere, but probably doesn't need so many faces. Maybe 16 will be quite enough. And rotate them into 90 degree, RX 90, and scale them down, and move them out. For now, we can turn off this one. Okay, scale up again. And let's choose in the face in the center. So let's go to edit mode, choose the face in the center. Well, it depends on how big you want. So I will choose them just like this, and press E and Y for extrusions. And if you want, you can increase more segment in the middle. So just like this. Okay, so now we have. And then press Shift C or Control A to put the location, the center point back to the original point, and using mirror modifier. So now we have the eyeball on both sides. Alright, so now the next part, the things we are going to do is to do the adjustment of our model. So first things I would say probably is about the mouse. The mouse is more important, it's not very similar to our reference. So I will start with the mouse. So first things, let's enlarge this one. Probably make this one look more bigger. And also make the nose hole smaller. for this part, probably bigger. Okay, just like this. And for this part, I think it's supposed to be go up. So let's move him up. Alright, just like this. And I think for this part also I do some extrusion right here. So actually we can choose the face right here and press right click, extrude along normals. And we can do that again. Extrude along normals. I'll scale them down. Not too much, okay? Because once you extrude too much, it will break the typologies. Alright, so now we have the eyes right here. Okay. So let's move them up. Let's go to the side view. So right now, as far as I can see, because we create probably one or two more edge right here, so this part becomes super sharp. So let's move them inside and make this part more smooth. And also, let's take a look about the typology again. Right now, we already have the ring. So as far as you can see, now we have this is the ring, this is the ring part, and also here we have the ring part. But also right here, actually, as far as I can see, here is the ring part. So now we have this one. That's okay. Looks fine. And also right here we have the ring, but probably, well, this part we need more segment, but we can increase that later. Or when we apply the subdivision modifier, it will automatically create that kind of effect. But for this part, we don't have. As far as I can see, it's not continuous. So we need to change that. We need to change the flow of the typology right here. So that's the things we are going to do. So how can we do that? Let's go to Edit Mode and choosing the edge selections and choosing the vertex. I will choose the merge center right here. So now we have this one. We connect to here, and let's delete the edge in the middle. Delete, and using dissolve edge. So now this one connect to here, but this part looks weird because this part become a I think for this part it become a 5 edge segments, so it looks weird, but that's okay. Let's turn off this one, and I will using the knife tool to cut. For this part, not very hard, easy to see. Let's do this, and let's turn on again. So right now we have now here we have an edge, and then connect to this part. Sorry for that. I think I connected the wrong part. Let's do it again. Okay, just like this. Okay, so now we have. Let's choosing the edge, delete, and choosing dissolve edge. So this part connect to here, and this one connect to this part. Go to here, and we can just directly mix these two vertex together. Let's do this. Mesh, merge, mesh. I think we can do a even better solutions. So that choosing this one, choose this one here, and turn off the turn on the subdivision modifier. Choose. Now let's take a look. So right now here is a ring, that's okay. And for this one, let's take a look. For this one, go to here, but this is a triangle shape. Okay, so let's choose in the edge right here. Choosing delete, dissolve edge. So for this one, it's still not correctly, but well, we can add on one more cutting right here. So Control R for add one more, and then go to knife tools, turn off this one. Okay, just like this. And now let's start to do the connections. So right here we have a ring, and for this one I want to do a ring right here. Let's delete this one, dissolve edge. So this part becomes a ring. Let's do that, redo that again, using eraser to wipe out the note. So right here we have an edge. So that's the things you can see. And right here we also have this one. Okay. And for this part, it's not continuously. Just for this, which means for this part, it's not very continuously, but it's okay because this part doesn't move at all. At least for now, we have two. So when we are going to do the typology, I think it's quite enough. But if you want, you can just keep working on this one to change the flow of the wireframe to the things you want. And in order, if you want to do that, well, I would suggest you we can try to, this one is another one, so we can try to connect these two together and make them become a ring. Alright, but just like what I said before, for this part, because it doesn't move that much, so it's not necessary. But if you want to do that, well, we still can do that. So let's turn off this one and connect the vertex right here. Okay, and go to the, turn on this one. So now we have the edge, and also here we need to connect them together. Okay, turn on and choosing the edge selection mode and start to connect the edge. So now we don't need this part, so delete, dissolve edge. So this part become another ring again. Alright, so for the rest part, I think it's not necessary. I will keep my model like this. So let's start to do about the form. So first thing is about the mouse part, I think we need to change it a little bit. This part is supposed to be go to the left side, so let's extrude more. Let's go to wireframe mode, choosing all of them, and make them go more forward. Right? And for this part as well, let's choosing them, and then out. Probably for this one as well, let's choosing the wireframe and go to the solid mode, move them up. For this part, it's only about the manually control. So there's not many tricks or any new command you need to learn, just about manually control. Okay, just like this. Go to wireframe mode, choosing the face, solid mode, change it. And also here, this part is too flattened, so it doesn't look like my the target I want. So let's choose wireframe mode, choosing the vertex right here, move them down. Okay, and if you want, actually we can delete this edge because this part it will create a sharp edge right here. So we can choose in the edge right here and choose and then delete and choosing dissolve edge. Let's go to the front view. Alright, so for now, also here we can delete that. We can delete this part. Delete, dissolve edge. Alright. And for this part, let's do the same thing. Dissolve edge. Alright, so now we have this one. You can keep this one or you can choose to delete them. I think both of them will work. Alright, so I will move this part probably more closely here. Okay, so now it's pretty much finished, I would say. Let's turn off the wireframe. So now the basic geometry I think is very close to this one. Although it's not 100% correct, but more or less I think it's okay. So for now I'm going to just spend some time to do the little adjustment. Okay, well, I will just keep my model like this. And now let's start to do the mouse. Including the keys and all the another decoration inside your mouse. So how can we do that? Very easy. So first thing, let's shift A, create another cube. Basically, I will start over, because we forget to move the cursor back to the center. Press Shift C, move the cursor back to the center, Shift A to create one more cube. Press GZ to move them up, scaling down. Basically, no matter how complicated the model is, we can use in the typology technique to retopple your model into the shape you want. So let's scale up in the X direction and go to edit mode, choose an edge, Control R, and to create more cutting. And then go to the face selection mode, choosing the wireframe mode, delete the face. Don't forget to save your file. Oh, sorry, I think we deleted too many faces. That's okay. So now we have, and then using mirror modifier again, and press Ctrl 1 to apply the subdivision modifier. So now we can start to do the detail sculpting about your mouse. Let's move this one inside your mouse, and I want to wipe out the annotation lines. So let's wipe out them first. Okay, so let's start to do that. The first thing is probably we need more segments, so that's using Ctrl R again, Ctrl R again. And then go to the vertex mode, choosing the vertex. And if you want, it's better for you to choosing the vertex under the wireframe mode. Move them up, and probably we also need them to bend a little bit. Otherwise, it will be too straight. It doesn't fit the shape of our mouse. So let's choosing all of them under the wireframe mode. Choosing all of them. Okay. And then it's better for you to turn on the proportion editing right now because I want not only affect the one we selected, it will also affect the one surrounded by the one I selected. Just like this. And you can rotate a little bit. Press R and Z for rotations. Okay, so it looks fine. And probably this one is too thick for now. So I want to isolate this one, go to the top view and make this one thinner. So let's go to edit mode, wireframe mode, select all the face right here, move them forward. Okay, go to the solid mode again. front view, Ctrl R for cutting, and choosing the vertex. Okay, so now we have this one. So next part, let's create the teeth. For the teeth, very easy. Let's just add in new teeth inside the animal of this one. So let's press Shift A and choosing a cube and move this one up, and we can shape the geometry right here. So press S for scrolling down, and you can press Ctrl R for cutting. Let's do it again, Ctrl R and Ctrl R in the middle. Okay, and then scale down. Press wireframe mode, choose all of them, scale down. And don't forget to scale down in the Y direction because they is too wide. Now, go to Sheet Solid Mode, scale down, press SZ, scale up in the Z direction. And now let's move so it will automatically do the mirror operations. And press R and Y, rotate a little bit, S and Z, and move them inside. Probably still too thick, so I will using SY again to scale them down in the Y direction. Okay, fairly okay, I think. Okay, and for the rest of part, just duplicate it. Shift D for duplications, scaling down, move them inside, and press R and Z rotations. Okay, just like this. And for the rest of part, press L key, duplicate it, and I think we have to rotate in 180 degree in the Y direction. Press R and Y and 180 degree, move them to the side, and also R and Y again, rotate a little bit, scaling down. Move them inside. Okay, jump out, go to the edit mode. So now I think it's pretty much finished, but probably we still can do some adjustment right here. So for example, like the things about the mid part, we can choosing the edge right here. And if you want, we can separate now, but I think it's better for me to keep like this. And finally, about the tongue. So for the tongue part, very easy. Actually, we can try to create a tongue from the face we already have. So let's go to the selection mode and choosing the face right here. Go to the face selections, choosing the face right here. And we can just Shift D, duplicate it. And press P for selections, separate selections. And now we have the tongue. But right now, right here, this one is the mirror one. So I would like to apply the mirror and then set the original point back to the center of the geometries. And the next part, press E and Z for extrusion. Go to Edit mode, select all of them, E and Z for extrusions. So now we have a tongue. Let's just shape the geometries. Let's call out the head part again. Auto H, call out the head part again, and go to the wireframe mode. Because this one we need to make sure it will fit our, let's say, it will fit our throw. So let's go to edit mode, choosing the vertex, move them inside, and this one as well. And press R and X, just like this. Okay. Sorry for that. I think we have accidentally changed the geometry. Let's go to solid mode. As far as you can see, it was not in the center. Let's do that again. Let's choose an older face. Press A and EZ for extrusions. Okay. And now let's go to the side view. Call out everything. Wireframe mode. Tab key. Vertex. Change the geometries. Press R and X, change a little bit about the direction of the back part. Press S and X. For now, we don't have mirror modifier, so you have to select both sides to enlarge your model. Okay, so now let's go to the solid mode. Let's take a look. Turn off this one. So actually, it's pretty much finished, I would say. So let's turn on Shade Smooth, and also for this one as well, Shade Smooth. Turn off the wireframe. Okay, it's pretty much finished. Let's go to the 3D view and take a look. Probably this part is a little bit too sharp, so we can change a little bit about the edge right here. Choose an edge, move that inside, and for this one as well. Okay, just like this. So for this one, I think it's pretty much done. And for sure, there is still some detail. It was different from this one, but it's sometimes because of the right now we are using subdivision, and if you increase more face, well, it will look more similar. And also, it still takes time to finish the detail, including the typologies and also probably the geometry adjustment. So I will leave that part as your assignment. Please finish that part by yourself. And once you finish your model, usually I will do a copy. Choose this one, Shift D, do a copy. And this one, I will keep the original type geometry, which means I will not apply mirror and subdivision modifier. And for this one, I will apply all of them. Okay, so now we have more faces. So once you apply, we can start to do the unwrap UV and start to do texture pen. But for sure, we haven't finished the little detail, including the mush toss and all the another different little details. So I will leave that part as your home assignment. Please try to finish that part by yourself. And for the next tutorial, we are going to do the hand and all the rest of detail. Okay, so that's the tutorial for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.